Hello everyone and welcome. This is Brett from Boss Life Beauty. I'm so glad you tuned in today. I thought I would do something a little different and talk to you about creating a logo using the Canva design program. For those of you who are not familiar with Canva, it is an amazing Photoshop-like software that is really easy to use, and they have tons of templates, and you can buy a ton of templates, but it's a wonderful way for people not to have to buy and subscribe to expensive Photoshop. And just for the average user who has no design experience, you can create some really amazing things in Canva. Now, I do have a graphic design background, and I want to share with you that I use Canva all the time, even though I have Photoshop and Illustrator. So I wanted to share with you a really quick way that you can create stickers, logos for a beginner. And let's get started. Okay, to create a design, you're going to hit Create Design, and you're going to use custom dimensions. Now, they do have all of these templates for you to choose from, and they're wonderful, each and every one of them that you can use for all your social media platforms. However, just remember when preparing these with the pre-formed templates that you are trying to brand yourself, so you need everything to be cohesive. But for purposes of this video, we are going to do a custom height and width of 500 pixels. When you are going to print a design, you need at least 300 pixels, and I like 500. I just think that in most website software today, like Wix or WordPress, they have placeholders for logos, and if you upload a logo that's 500 pixels, it's going to make that logo fit into the boundaries of the box that it's going to go into, so it really doesn't matter. I like using 500, and as you can see in this little gray oval box down here, you can see it at 100%. It's really not that big. You can take it down further, but I think 500 pixels is my favorite size, and I'm going to actually bring it up to 162 while we're designing so that you can see the process. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make this in a circle, because circles are easy, they're fun. There are lots of online social media platforms that use circles, like Google and Gravatar, and even on a website. I love when people have circle logos or circle pictures. So we're going to choose a shape, and we are going to choose this circle right here with a little bit of a border around it. And it's pink. And just remember, when you're choosing your branding colors, that you want to choose colors that represent your business and you and who you are and what you do. So I'm going to click on this pink circle, and I'm going to go up here, and I'm going to add a blue shade. Now, once you start creating a logo or a design in Canva, when you're in that logo's desktop artboard, like this is an artboard here, it's going to save the color you use. But if you want to go create a different graphic, you'll have to make sure that the color gets saved. So what I like to do is, for example, I could sit here and pick any one of these colors. This is a gorgeous color, isn't it? But I could pick any of these colors, but then if I wanted to go back in and recreate the same color, it might be hard to find. So I already know that I'm going to use a pretty navy. So I'm going to choose this 2B387A. I'm going to copy and paste it into my notes so that I know that I have it for the future. But in all intents and purposes of this particular logo that we're creating, you will see that color and you will be able to pick it while you're working in this particular logo. So here we're going, and you can save it to a palette if you want. You can add another palette. This is my Boss Life Beauty palette. This is my Teddy Bear Spot palette. But for now, let's just keep it simple. You know it's here, but it's always good to write it down for future use. You might even want to go into Photoshop and create the same or something else with the same color. And if you have it written down, you'll always have it. All right, we're going to go into the shapes as well, and I'm going to pick a pretty 5-point star right here, and it's pink. I'm going to shrink it down to the size that I want to use to make this, to make this video. this logo, I mean, and I'm going to put it right here. And if you'll see that Canva makes it really easy to line things up because you have this purple dashed dotted line right here. So you're going to place that element there. I'm going to change the color, and here's where it gets fun. I'm going to go in here and choose a really pretty gold yellow. I don't want it too gold and I don't want it too yellow. That's too, let's see. Now this is the slider to make it darker or lighter. That's not the color. Let's see. See, now that color stayed there, but that's not the color I want. So now I have to go in and find that color. So you can see how it's helpful to write your colors down. All right, I really like that gold color, so we're going to keep that here. And then I'm going to go to the text, and I'm going to pick add a heading, and I'm going to put, I'm going to use all caps, and I'm going to put blonde star 44 because that's going to be the night. I'm doing this for my Poshmark store, and I'm going to change this up because, all right, it's too big. So I'm going to click on it and I'm going to change this to 36, and I'm going to change the font. I really like this font called North for this particular sporty looking logo. I like this font, and I'm going to change the color to white. So I'm going to go down to the classic palette. Now this is almost too small. So 36 is too small. 48 is great. Look at that. Fits right in, but I think 48 is almost a little too big. I might want to make this 47.9 just to give it a little room. Okay, so I'm going to go with that for now. I'm going to go add a subheading, and I'm going to put that here. We're going to click on it. We're going to make it white all the way down here. And I'm going to have this say EST for established. And I'm going to change this to Nor'wester, which is so great because any of the fonts that you're using in a particular document, they are going to be found right at the top there. I'm going to make the star go a little bit above the, could have it right here, I guess. And then I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to move this over here. And you can play around with it. You know, sometimes I think I like the star a little bit above. But for now, I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to put established in 2018. So there we have that. And then I'm going to click on this 2018. I'm going to push copy, and it's going to bring something else here, another copy, another text, and I'm going to put, let's see, all star style. Now that doesn't look right, so I'm going to take my arrow on these little tabs, I'm going to pull it, and then I'm going to bring it in, and do you see the little dotted lines, the crosshairs? And this is so great. If I were writing copy, see how it tells me when this is the perfect separation of these two pieces of text. But I want mine to be down a little further because I'm creating a logo, and I want this blonde star 44 to stand out. Okay, so now I'm going to copy this, and right here I'm going to put 24/7. And I'm going to move this here, and I'm going to line it up using my wonderful dotted lines of grid. I love this, that it really helps you move your elements around, and you really can get them exactly where you want them because you know when everything is centered. Now this, I'm going to make this body of text, I'm going to make that pretty gold, and I actually am going to make this a little bigger. I'm going to maybe take it up to 28. Because I really, maybe even a little more, because I really want that to stand out. The 24/7, you can shop my store. Okay, I'm going to move this up just a tad. All right, but this needs something else. There's something here that is just, it needs a little bit of something to make this really stand out. So I'm going to go back to elements, and I'm going to choose another square. This happens to be pink. And we're going to leave it pink so that I can show you. When the colors are different, you can see exactly how I'm going to do this. Now I'm going to make this completely cover the copy, and I'm going to center it. There we go. Now I'm going to arrange it, and I'm going to send it back. I'm going to make my blonde star 44 black. and I'm going to make this come right here. See, I'm lining it up with the outside white circle, the inside white circle, and now I'm going to change this to white. And look at that. You see, that just gives it a little more oomph. But here, this is not exactly centered. So I'm going to move the white. I'm going to move this up, and I'm going to move this perfectly centered, and I'm going to move this down perfectly centered. And there you go. There's a quick and easy logo that took no time at all. But say you want to see how this might look in a different way. You might say, gee, I want it to be a different color. Maybe I want a different font, and you don't have to start all over. And this is what I love about Canva. It is truly such an amazing program. All I have to do is click on these double little square. It's to copy this page, and I get another circle. So let's have fun with this. Let's change this to, say, this beautiful gray or this darker gray. I like that darker gray. Let's change this. Now let's change this to pink, the little star. So let me move this out of the way, and let me move this out of the way. Let's bring the star, arrange it, and bring it, oh, it's already forward. So let's change the star's color. What color can we make the star? Is that a gorgeous color? It is, but you know what? I think maybe a softer pink. I love magenta and gray, so let's make it a little softer. That's perfect. Let's bring this in. Let's line it up. All right, and now we're getting a whole different look just by changing the color. Let's change this, and the beautiful thing, look, that beautiful pink that I saved, which is a little bit muddier of a pink than this one, is right there. We can change that, but let's take it a step further. Let's change this to a different font. Let's change it to Amatic small caps, because I love the caps. Wow. Let's change this to the same. Let's change this to the Amatic small caps. Now it changes the whole look of the logo, but now we have to tweak it a little because this is too small and it's kind of hard to read because it's all really condensed. So I'm going to go to spacing, and I'm going to bring it up, and I'm going to bring it up all the way to 240. Blonde Star 44. We're going to make this bigger because now that the font is smaller and thinner, so we can add a little bit of size. So let's make this 32. All right, take that down for a minute. Now say I want to group these. All right, these two are looking good. So I want to group these. So I'm going to click on that. I'm going to shift click, Apple shift click, and then click on this. Now see, they're grouped. Now I'm going to, whoop, it's not grouped because I didn't, hold on. There we go. Now I can group those and I can move them as one piece. So let's get those centered. And now let's make this 24. Let's make this a 32. Let's make this a 32. All right, and there we go. We're centering them right around that cute little star. We can even, you know, if I want to move this out of the way, we can move the star up a little bit and then just leave these here. That's also kind of a good look. Let's see. You can play around with it. I sometimes play around with it till I really feel that it's right. But these, let's move this star back down. All right, I think it did look best the original way I had it, but it's fun to experiment. There you go. Now this, let's move this up a little bit. There we go. Blonde Star 44. So look at these two. Now you have two completely different logos, but they were so easy to do. Different looks, different feel. You got to find out which one works right for you. You might want to go File, Save so that you don't lose your work. And now let's do one more thing I'm going to share with you that you can do. Say you want some stickers to put on the back of your envelopes. I love circles because they're so easy to work with. Let's delete all of these elements. Let's take these all away. Let's delete the blonde star. Let's delete everything and just start with the circle. Whoop. Ungroup, and then let's just, there we go. Let's take this away too because we don't need that now. And let's make this a gorgeous, let's make this pretty shade of pink that I love so much. Let's go over to text. And let's add a jumbo heading. And my name is Charlotte Marie Ward. Let's just say those are my initials. I'm going to make this about 104. I knew 120 was too big. I'm going to take these tabs and pull this out so that everything fits. I'm going to center it, and I'm going to change the color to white. So I'm going to click on this, click on the color cube. I'm going to get the beautiful white that I want. Look at that. Isn't that really neat? And then what we could do is we can make stickers for the back of our envelopes. So what we're going to do is we're going to download these now. Now you can download these individually. I'm going to show you real quick. You can download them all as a PNG, which is great for websites and even certain printing functions. Like for example, if you download these as PNGs transparent, you can use them in Vistaprint. You can download them as a PDF standard or a PDF for print. Standard is for viewing, print would be for printing, or a JPEG. But it's really important if you use these on a website that you download them as transparent PNGs, because you know what's going to happen if you don't is I'm going to show you all of the white from the edge of this circle all the way to these black dots on all the four corners. All that white is going to stay there, which is great and no problem at all if you're going to put these on a white background on a website. But if you want to put them on top of a photo, like in a lot of WordPress blogs, they will have a picture for your header and then there'll be a place setter there for your logo. Well, if you upload your logo and you don't download it transparent, it's not going to look the same because all this white will be here and you don't want that there. So if you are going to download it for the purposes of a website, I would do PNG, transparent, and then you can choose like say number 1. I'm going to download this number 1. It's going to download it so that I can use it at a website. You can also download them for purposes of printing. So let's print these. Let's print these for use, and I'll show you how to put them in a Word document. I'm going to use Pages from Apple. I'm going to do PDF print. Now there's no transparency markings, but I am going to do crop marks and bleed because that's going to help me separate them on the paper. I'm going to download them. I love these little quotes, hold tight, and it says everything has its beauty, but not everyone sees it, Andy Warhol. They give you these great little inspirational quotes as it's downloading your work. And my internet's a little slow today, so forgive me. And then once I get it downloaded, I show you what we're going to do. Oh boy, forever and ever, the spinning wheel. Okay, so it's downloaded. Now what I'm going to do is, you can see, I'm going to open it. Okay, oh, it downloaded all of them. Shoot, let's go back. I'm sorry, that was my fault. I only want to download number 3. And I want to download it as PDF print, number 3, crop marks and bleed. Sorry about that, guys. Let's try it again. Okay, that's why it took so long before. All right, I'm going to open this, and I am going to file, and I'm going to save it. Save page as Blonde Star 1, and I'm going to save it to my desktop, and it's going to appear over here. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up Pages. Done. I'm going to do Pages New. We're going to pick blank. And I am going to slide this over. Here it is. This is my PDF with the bleed marks. I'm going to make it now. How big do I want my sticker? I want my sticker to be about 2 by 2 inches. 2 by 2 is okay. I can make it 2 by 8, 2 inches. But I want to make mine kind of chunky. So I think 2 by 2 is good. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to go duplicate selection, duplicate. I'm going to do duplicate twice so that I have 3. I'm going to line them up. So I have 3. I am going to select them, and I am going to edit, duplicate selection, and I'm just going to bring them down here. And then I'm going to do edit, duplicate selection, and I'm just going to bring this here. And I'm going to do edit, duplicate selection, and I'm going to pull these down. Now, all right, I might be able to, I'm actually going to get rid of this last row because I don't think that the 4 rows will fit properly. Now, my bleed marks are amazing because what is going to happen is when I print these out, on white glossy sticker paper, I'm going to use these bleed marks to cut. Now I can also cut them in a circle, but you can also cut them in a square, and this will help you have really even cuts. And if you want to use, like I have a big paper cutter, you can line them up to the bleed marks. You can actually use a ruler to line them up, and then you get a really clean print. So then all we would do would be file, print, and these are going to come out. I'll print them. See, you get them all your little stickers here, and you're going to print, and then you have something that you can use to put on the backs of your envelopes or on paper, or if you sell things on Poshmark, and you can use them, you know, to wrap your gifts and to seal your tissue paper. So it's so much fun. Canva, I'm going to delete that for now. Canva really is a great way to create really great graphics. Have fun with it. I highly recommend you purchase the business. I'm in no way affiliated or getting any money from recommending, but you can do so much more with the business account. You can share your work with others and use it for all of your marketing needs. And what I love about it is you can make it just so special to you. I mean, a lot of people use the beautiful pre-formatted templates on Canva, but your stuff's going to stand out because it's all about you and your own design style. So thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you got some value from this, my vlog today. Please subscribe if you like this. Let me know if you want more videos like this. And thank you so much if you've just joined me for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Have a great rest of your week.